The reason you're crashing out, let me give it a name. Your crash out is basically something called cognitive dissonance. Okay? Yes. Cognitive dissonance. And this occurs when you have two conflicting beliefs in operative action in your life at the same time. Let me explain it to you. Let me tell you something. Crash outs happen when you are confused. Crash outs happen when your physical reality does not align with your mental. Crash outs happen when everything else around you is contradicting everything you want for you. Cognitive dissonance. This is why you're feeling confused, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling pissed, you're feeling a certain level of frustration and rage you can't explain. It's because your mind cannot wrap itself around the fact that what it's perceiving physically does not align with what you're feeding it mentally. Yeah, because there's things you're feeding yourself mentally, affirmations, knowledge that you know. But for some reason, your 3D is not aligning. And because of that confusion, your mind literally gets stuck. So what happens is the cognitive dissonance takes place, not you to confusion, stress, blah, 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 blah. And this affects your nervous system now, because remember, if you're a good student, you remember our notes from the last class. I said, your psychological input, yeah? Your psychological input is directly going to affect your physiological response. So in this case, a crash out is your physical response to the psychological state of confusion and misalignment. So what you're gonna do to overcome this crash out phase, yeah? Na 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 na, yeah. I got a voice like Beyonce. Someone tell Beyonce I'm coming for her. So what you're gonna do to literally overcome this crash out, first of all, I hope you're seeing this marker correct, like clearly. Stop trying to run away from it. Yeah? Quit running away. Let me tell you one thing. When you run away, first of all, you're emitting the frequency of desperation, because in this point you're operating from a place of you're operating off of primal instinct. You want to run away because there's danger, because there's threat. This creates a frequency of desperation, and the thing with the universe, it only frequents. Oh my goodness, hey Lord, bring me out. The universe only responds to frequency, and in this case, the frequency you're emanating is one of desperation. So what happens? You're pulling in more shenanigans and more bad things into your life that you do not want for yourself. This is where the whole spiral happens, and you hit rock bottom, and then you crash out completely. So what you need to do, first of all, is to stop trying to run away. Face that situation head on. This is you. This is the rent you've not yet paid, you're about to be evicted. This is the school fees for your kids, yeah? This is the, what else? This is the relationship, your boyfriend, your girlfriend is acting all confused like a monkey. This is everything. Put here in this circle whatever it is you're dealing with right now. Understand that you need to face it. And when I say face it, I mean sit with the discomfort. I'm telling you, I'm writing so fast because my mind is moving at like, I don't know how many kilometers per hour. You need to sit with that discomfort, because once you're able to sit with it, you affirm to yourself that, you know what? Yes, this might be an inconvenience, but it is not a debilitating situation. I am not dying. At this point, it's all about staying sane. So basically, it's about saying, you know what? I'm not gonna die. I'm not dying, okay? I'm not dying. I hope you can see that. I'm not dying. So once you're able, because let me tell you, when you sit with this discomfort, your nervous system adjusts to that situation. It literally adjusts to the absence of that money. It adjusts to the relationship problem. It adjusts to that. I'm not saying that you should embrace chaos. I'm saying you should control your stability in the face of chaos. Are we together? Control your stability in the face of chaos. When everyone else is running around, I need you to stand still. That is why in the Bible, when the waters were running and the boat was, Jesus stood up and he commanded the waters to come, and the waters came, and the waters calmed. Where in the Bible, that is exactly what you need to do. Christ consciousness in this point is what is going to save you. It's going to be the operative factor. So in this case, you operate no longer from a place of man, but from a place of Christ consciousness itself. At this point, it's about staying alive, so you need to stay stable. Because once you sit with it, your nervous system adjusts to this chaos. It adjusts to the discomfort, and now you're able to think clearly. Because let me tell you, stability creates calm. Calm needs rationality. and rationality provides solutions. That is why you will never solve problems when you're trying to run away, when you're overwhelmed. You will solve problems when you have sat down and you've thought and you've meditated. So that is what you need to do. Okay? Learn, sit in the face of that discomfort. And now once you've sat, because like I said, stability influences calm, which creates rationality, which provides solutions for you. Now, once you're able to do that, once you've come from a place of, I don't care if they're evicting you, even if they're taking your fridge and your seats, even if your kids are staring at you looking for school fees, I need you to stay calm. At this point, calm is going to be your savior. Once you're able to stay calm, I want you to clearly visualize the version of you that exists in the reality where this problem is non-existent. Because you are here, you're at point A. There's a version of you who's at point B where the problems, oh my goodness. Hey, our marker is dead. Our marker, let me use this one. Where the problems have been solved, yeah? Problems solved. This is not fantasy. This is active creation, okay? This is active creation where the problems have been solved. So what you need to do is you need to tap into this version of you by thinking as her or him. See what they see, feel what they feel, think what they think. I'm gonna give you a good example. It's the school fees. Your kids are looking at you, they want school fees, they've been chased from school, they have exams in like 2 weeks, okay? Right now, what might be going through your head is, my kids have been chased from school, oh, there's no money, you get no money, I'm a bad parent, all these things. This is where self-pity and guilt and shame come in, and inadequacy and lack and scarcity. What you need to do is to start thinking as the version of you whose children are already back in school. What is she thinking? My kids are learning, yeah? My kids are stable. My kids have security. I am a good parent. I am showing up in a most adequate manner. What this does, first of all, is it creates, is because your mind does not know the difference between false and real. In this case, this situation you're dealing with is what is real because it's physically perceived. But what you want to, what you want to experience, what you want for yourself, is somehow fake because it's not existed on the 3D, but it's real because it's already in the mental plane. Okay, it's already in the mental plane. So when you start thinking like this, what happens is you're gonna affect yourself in the sense that you're gonna start feeling emotions of joy, excitement, and abundance, and all these things. And once you feel all these emotions, you find that you're gonna start becoming more open, mentally open, and more inclined to see the good things. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what is going on in life, no matter how down you might be. There's always gonna be some way of seeing better when you're in a more calm state, okay? So in this case, your mind, because now your mind is literally open, it's now starting to focus on everything that aligns with the reality that you're heading towards, yeah? So there's a perspective shift. There's a perspective shift. After this perspective shift, what happens? You're gonna be able to take action from a place of alignment, not desperation, okay? So you're gonna operate from a place of alignment, aligned action. God did not say, let there be light, because he was scared of the dark. God said, let there be light, because he sought to experience the joy of brightness. God did not say, we shall make man and woman out from a place of loneliness because he felt lonely. God said, we shall make man and woman to inhabit the earth and to prosper and all these things. So if you look at creation, fruitful and true creation comes from a place of abundance and stability and calm. False creation, in the sense of desperate manifestation, it comes from a place of anxiety and stress and pressure. So in this case, you're going to move from a place of aligned action. And this is where coincidences happen. A friend is going to call you, they give you a gig. Someone is going to call you, they have some money for you. Some money you put somewhere is going to come out. This is where solutions arrive, because let me tell you one thing. It's universal law. Where there is need, universal providence will be present. This providence will come in many ways. At this point, all you need to do is focus on the who you are. Who are you acting as? Who are you operating as? Don't focus on the how. The how is none of your business. Don't focus on the how. Simply focus on the who and the why. The who coming from a place of, this is who I am in terms of abundance and stability and calm. And the why in terms of, I do this because I would love for my children to have a better future. I do this because I seek a better experience for my children. I do this because my children deserve better. Let me tell you, nothing can keep you down when you're operating from this point of view. Yes, I'm in my cup era. See you in the next video.